Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Welcome to MSME Caravan Virtual Training. I am excited to be here with you today to share our knowledge about digital marketing planning. And thanks to Google and the organizing team for putting an exciting event like this through YouTube live stream so all of you can get connected and learn amazing things here today. And I am Pao Kamson, your moderator for this afternoon. A quick reminder before we start that recording this session is strictly prohibited. Pinagbabawal po ang pag-record ng ating session ngayong hapon. Thank you for joining us today for the MSME Caravan, a Grow with Google program that supports Philippine small and medium enterprises to improve their online presence and grow their businesses through digital. We know that COVID-19 has had a hard impact on businesses all throughout the Philippines, which is why Google is expanding our commitment to local MSMEs with this entirely virtual and free training program. So for today's session, it will take about 90 minutes. To have the best experience, we encourage you to close all other windows or apps on your device and to sit close to your routers. During parts of the training, there will be opportunities for you to set up a Google product. So if you want to do that, then we recommend using a second device so you will not close this website. And finally, this training is offered in both English and Tagalog. All right, so if you have questions during the session, you can leave them on the live chat box. Just use and follow the hashtag ask, -name, -region, -business, -question. And we will then address your questions at the end of the presentation during the Q&A session. And also sa ating namang mga participants, no, good afternoon po. And before we proceed, gusto ko muna humingi ng isang thumbs up naman muna sa ating mga participants for this afternoon. Maraming salamat po. And sa mga participants natin na hindi pa po registered sa ating session ngayon, you can still register using the link on the description box. So yung description box po natin is below lang nitong video na ito. Alright, so for this afternoon, syempre hindi tayo kompleto kung wala tayong mga facilitators. And syempre, hindi ko na patatagalin pa dahil kanina pa kayo nag-aantay, no? Now, let me introduce to you our first facilitator for this afternoon. Let us welcome Ms. Rochelle Marie Bondok. Good afternoon, Ms. Rochelle.
Hi, good afternoon, Pao. Good afternoon, of course, sa lahat ng viewers natin today na nanonood, of course. And sa mga manonood pa later sa recap, I want to introduce first myself. I'm Rochelle Marie Bondak, and I've been in the digital marketing industry for almost 6 years now. I've also worked with MSME Caravan pre-pandemic. So we went to different locations in Metro Manila to train business owners also. And then on my free time, of course, I write articles about traveling and digital marketing. And nakaka-relate ako sa mga iba pang viewers natin today, of course, because I've also managed a small business. And we're excited to share with you the basics of digital marketing. And we really hope na marami kayong matutunan in today's session.
Thank you so much po, Ms. Rochelle. And now let us call on our next facilitator, Sir Winston Binauan. Good afternoon, Sir Winston.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon sa mga attendees natin for today's session. And by the way, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Winston Binauhan. I have more than a decade of marketing practice, both online and offline. So medyo I have the beauty of both worlds. And I'm also an entrepreneur. And I'm currently doing some freelance consultancy for marketing and branding. And I'm very happy to share to you what we have done and what I have done to actually take full advantage of this current pandemic. Even before nga pandemic, digital marketing is already been trying to grow the market as well. So for today, we will be discussing about digital marketing and how we could actually grow your business using this technique or this strategy. So thank you, Pao.
Alright, so thank you so much po, no, mga facilitators natin for this afternoon. And at the end of today's session, I will be flashing on the screen a QR code. So para saan po ba ang ating QR code? Ito po ay connected kung paano po tayo makakuha ng e-certificate and as well as the downloadable handout. So kindly stay tuned po hanggang mamaya. Alright, so now that you know who we are, hindi ko na patatagalin pa and let's start our session focused on build your brand with digital marketing planning. So take it away guys, see you later.
Okay, so thank you, Pao. So again, let's start the ball rolling and let's discuss about digital marketing. Build your brand with digital marketing planning. So ano ba yung digital marketing planning? Paano ba 'to ginagawa? Of course, in this discussion, we will try to dissect and to identify the steps and how to build your brand. And for some, ang brand, like I think Miss Rochelle can relate, is that ang brand po hindi lang po talaga siya name. It's beyond the logo. It's beyond the icon. It's about experiences and how you will be able to craft this in this day and age. Using a digital marketing program will be very helpful in creating your brand. So again, a good digital marketing strategy can help businesses to stay connected with customer, reach the target audience, and boost conversion rates. So kung maganda yung plano, again, looking it in a different perspective, papatayo ka ng bahay, kung walang magandang plano, hindi mo makikita yon. You have to have a plan. So having a functional and straightforward digital marketing plan will lay the foundation for your years ahead and helping you to get results that measurable and quantifiable. Okay? Next, so for this discussion, we'll be discussing three important points in creating digital marketing. One is that the role of digital marketing in your business nowadays. Next is define your online business strategy. So when we say digital strategy, is that we'll look into the steps to define your online business strategy so you can understand your unique selling proposition and establish what does your business stands for. Bakit ba kayo nag-exist? And finally, we introduce you to the five crucial steps on crafting your digital marketing plan. This includes conducting situational analysis, segmentation, uh, identifying your goals, getting deep diving for different digital channels, and how to identify metrics, KPIs. How do you identify key KPIs to drive your goals, how to drive your sales or to drive specific objectives of your business. So again, we're going to have a few very icebreaker lang. Okay, so um, 8 in 10 of new online shoppers in Southeast Asia are said to be they're intended to continue shopping online. Is this a true or false? So comment down in the chat box below kung totoo ba to. Ikaw, Miss Richelle, do you think, is this true, this statement true? 8 out of 10 customers will be continue shopping online. What do you think?
Ako, true sa akin, true. Kahit
Hmm.
matapos yung pandemic, feeling ko, I'll still be browsing online kasi super convenient niya.
Yeah. So again, same as me. So now, totoo yan kasi now shoppers generates over a third of 2020's online e-commerce. So of these 8 in 10, they say they intend to continue online shopping. So why? It's quite simple. Sabi nga naman si Rochelle, it's convenient, it's cost effective at the same time. And basically what it's down to the very simple thing. I just want to get my product in. I know what I want, information already available, and online shopping provides you that convenience. And before, I mean, this is just quite simple to see that before, pre pandemic, we don't have time. We always say that time is a commodity. But nowadays, we have a lot of time. So because of what? Because of convenience in e-commerce, and that will be continued to be seen in the coming days. So the role of digital marketing in business is that in 2021, as the retail industry adapts to an evolving consumer speculation, the digital marketing planning plays a crucial role in building your brand. So, to stand out in today's increasingly competitive retail landscape, brand needs to build a strong connection and give people reasons to engage with them. So, showcasing your brand's values through digital marketing is one way to do that. So, we've heard terms such as digital marketing, na napakadalas natin naririnig yan. And let's take a look how the role it plays in the businesses and what typically includes in the digital marketing plan. So, pagtutukan ng pansin natin, kasi lagi, ano ba yung digital marketing plan mo? Ano ba yung marketing plan mo? Ngayon may digital marketing plan. Ano ba to? Paano ba to ginagawa? And what is the role? So a digital marketing plan helps you articulate these six aspects of your campaign. So these days, many customers spend time being online on the internet, in, and this provides more opportunity to reach out to potential customers online to online channels. So a marketing plan serves as a document how your organization's strategic objectives will be achieved through specific marketing strategies and tactics with customers as starting point. On the digital marketing plan, you could articulate campaigns clearly by breaking down your plan to several components to ensure you can execute the plan focused and achievable way. First is that, example, gagawa ka ng marketing plan. So, you have to identify your goals. Ano ba yung goals mo? So, what's your short-term goals? Medium or long-term goals. So, having a specific type of goals really makes sound yung business mo. So, kumbaga, example, si Mr. Shell, meron siyang maliit na business. Of course, a business doesn't exist lang just to generate profit now. Yun ang definitely short-term goal. Ang medium term niya is, should I add more SKUs, more products? Long-term goal would be possibly adding more branches or expanding it to bigger site. So that can be one of her business goals. For example, taking for example of Miss Michelle, kung ng business niya. So another thing is that you should also identify or define you how to implement the right strategy to achieve your goals. So ano ba 'to? So, identifying right strategies, paano mo siya gagawin? So, is it digital, offline? How do you aim to reach those goals? What methodologies? Hindi porke sabi, ay hindi magdadagdag ako ng SKU, magdadagdag ako ng product. Okay, sige. How are you planning to generate that income? What kind of product are you going to add? So you have to identify those strategies. Next is that once you planned out your strategy, you need to identify naman, you assess kung anong channel, kung saan mo siya gagamitin, kung anong klaseng digital channel. So, would it be a social media platform? Would it be a blogging platform, a video sharing platform? What kind of platform are you going to distribute it? And next is that you need to really develop a actionable item. So, next, you have to identify kung how do you measure them. So, you need to identify them. Example, uh, am I getting a lot of views? Is this creating a video content can drive sales? Is it creating conversion? Is it more of awareness? So you also have to define it. How, from your goals, from strategies to distribution, even to the actionable item, how do I measure it? How do I identify if it's working or not based on my marketing program? And last, also, you have to consider then is yung investment and budget. Sa marketing, even our practice, I think Ms. Rochelle will also agree, is that hindi ka pwede trigger happy, especially marketing budget. Kasi the marketing budget plays a very small amount of your operational expense. In industry standard, the marketing budget will play around to 5 to 10% lang, depending on the brand lang. So that 5 to 10% na investment ng company will have to generate significant amount of incremental sales for that activity. And that activity should retain organically to grow your business. And without clear understanding kung how much yung willing to spend mo in the long run, example, which is common, is that may social media platform, boost na ng boost. And nakikita mo, slowly, it's chipping in your margins. So wala ka na natitira. You're basically running a business like distribution and you're not retaining a retained income for yourself. So you really have to identify it. And also, and last, and but which is also most important, is timing and roadmap. So kung magla-launch ka ng program, marketing program, example, you're planning to launch a rainy day program, bare months na. Do you think is it a good activity to run that rainy day program on the bare month season? So by again quarter 4. So quarter 4 supposed to be mas marami ng pera ngayon. What are your plans for this quarter 4? This is supposed to be a high time for you to push. So those kind of things should be considered and should be considered and which is also articulated in a digital marketing plan. So bottom line, kung wala kang plano, walang mararating. The digital marketing plan aids you to identify and how to achieve your goals. And that's what we're trying to come discuss here. Next is reasons to have a digital marketing plan. Bakit nga ba tayo kailangan mag-set up ng digital marketing plan? Why are we attending this? So number one is that digital marketing plan helps you to clearly know how to attract, convince, and convert your customers and fall in love with your product and services. So, without a clear digital marketing plan, hindi mo alam kung sino yung customer mo. Hindi mo alam kung paano sila engage. Hindi mo din alam kung paano mo sila kukonvince and paano to retain them. Having a digital marketing plan gives you that documented proof na meron kang sinusundan na pattern. It really helps you based on practice, based on industry, whether in corporate or entrepreneur or SME, it really helps to have a plan. Okay, when you have a good strategy, you understand your customers and you ensure that hitting the right demographics at the right time. For example lang po, meron ka nagbebenta ka ng baby goods, okay? Baby supplies. But your baby supplies are a little bit sabihin natin medyo affordable. Do you think your affordable baby needs will appeal to the class A? So without a clear understanding about your market and without having clear direction, mahihirapan ka to convince and convert. Magkakaroon ka ng misdirection kung tawagin nga. And with digital marketing plan, you can execute all strategies and actions required to reach your target customer. So you have a clear guiding light. And we have seen earlier the different components of digital marketing plan, which I presented earlier. With a clear defined goal, you can identify which strategies work best and what action you should be need to take. So it parang blueprint na siya ng yung activities mo for the rest of the year. And having a strategy gives you a direction so you can allocate your resources to achieve the goals you set. So again, digital marketing, hindi po lang siya social media. Napaka-vast po ng digital space and there's a lot of ways to maximize your resources. I think based on later siguro Miss Richelle could share her experiences about digital marketing that you could actually spread your very minimal budget to a lot of channels and can create more sensible conversion, not just social media. And that's the reason why you really have to come up with a digital marketing plan. And yes, it helps you achieve your goal kasi well-defined yung gusto mong mangyari. Last but not the least, by having a digital marketing plan can help you segment your marketing campaigns to provide value in every stage. So, ano ibig sabihin ng value? Lagi ito naririnig. Ano ba ang value? When we say value, is that what we trying to give to our customer? What we're trying to give to our customer, service or product lang naman. No. When we say value, is that what do they get beyond the product, beyond the service? And that's what we're trying to achieve here. When we're trying to do marketing, is that we exceed market expectations. So without having a clear marketing plan, you cannot achieve that. You'll be more simply transactional. And when you know your customers' wants and needs, you can deliver and communicate offerings that are uniquely served and resonate with them. That's what makes a good digital marketing digital marketing plan is. Mayroong sense, may relevancy siya. And you can only achieve it if you're having a clear marketing plan. So, number one. So, we're going to the part. So, define your online business strategy. Ano ba ang online business strategy mo? So, laging sasagot dyan, sales, benta. Gusto ko makilala yung name ko. Okay, that's a clear goal. But an online business strategy helps get all the ideas out of your head into a usable format. This can define objectives to work toward and increase your clarity and focus. So, hindi porket, hindi, mag-boost tayo sa social media para ito mangyari. Magiging trending tayo. Okay, sige, trending ka. So, what do you want to happen at the end of the day? So, defining your clear online business strategy helps you do that. Imagine nyo you set a new fitness goals to become more flexible. Suppose you're going to a 10-mile run, be great for cardio, but it won't help you achieve that when the yoga position you've got kung hindi focus ka. So, for example, gusto mo pumayat lang, takbo ka ng takbo, pero gusto mo yoga yung itsura mo, yung payat mo, very flexible. It will not make sense kasi magkaiba yung mechanism mo. So, in order to do that, you have to base your workout around areas that you will have to achieve your goal. So, again, your online strategy should be around your goal. Hindi po pwede na tayo ako ng business, a coffee shop. Again, example yung coffee shop. Gusto ko marami uminom ng kape sa akin. Sige, marami inom ng kape sa'yo. Pero ano klaseng kape? Iinom ba sila? Iinom na sila once? After hindi na bibili? Gusto mo ba sila laging bumabalik? How frequent? Gano'ng kadami? Anong brand? Anong flavor? You have to clearly define it. Okay, so you really have to define your online strategy. So, where do we start? So again, Create your mission statement. So in order for you to create an online strategy, you have now first is to create your mission statement. Why do you exist? Okay. So most businesses kasi yung mga lalo especially startup tayo, yung mga hindi pa ganun kasanay sa business that magtatayo ako ng negosyo kasi gusto kong kumita. Hindi po ganun yung mindset. And that's one of the reasons why most businesses fail. A business exists because there has to be a reason for it to exist. Kung pera lang, of course, wala talaga siya. And there has to be a clear mission statement for it. So here, you have three key things that you for your mission statement that you should answer. So here it is. So it's called the golden circle model. First is that why do you exist? Help explain why your business exists. Bakit nga ba nag-exist tong coffee shop ko? Bakit ba nag-exist tong aking franchise? What do I want to achieve? So, what product or services do I offer to our target market? So, I exist for this. Anong anong products ang ina-offer ko sa mga tao and how do I deliver this product and how do I differentiate myself to my competition. So, bigyan ko kayo ng clear example. So, before, I was running a brand named the Northern Taste Coffee Company. So, we are in the business of distribution of freshly roasted coffee beans next day delivery or your money back guarantee if not you will not arrive in next 3 days. So, it's a very clear mission statement. So, we exist is that we want to deliver a product to a client na actively looking for freshly roasted coffee beans na hindi readily available in the market. In order to do that, we're going to make sure it's being going to be delivered next day or next 2 days to your doorstep. And how do we do it? Is that how do we differentiate it? It's quite simple. If the coffee beans did not arrive in within a week, money back guarantee sa'yo na yung kape. It's a very unique selling proposition. It's a very enticing proposition and it creates a mission statement for your business. You exist kasi gusto mong mag-provide ng quality na kape. Regardless of your competition, this is what I'm going to do because I believe on this. And that's one clear example of a mission statement. I hope it's clear to everyone. So kung may questions kayo, feel free to comment sa chat box. So again, last is identify unique selling proposition. What makes you different from your competition? So what here we have a Venn diagram so showcasing what your customer want and what your business do well. So yung kanina sinabi ko is the Northern Taste Coffee Company. So what do customer want is that they want something na freshly roasted coffee beans, artisan, almost artisan level yon na parang straight from the roaster. No one will able to provide that. But what we do well is that we can actually source that product and we giving you a commitment by next day the product will be on your doorstep and no one in the market is going to do that for you. So that's our unique selling proposition. Pleasure roasted coffee beans next day delivery, money back guarantee. So that makes it very unique selling proposition. So if you're going to set up a business, you have to have this kind of ideas. Hindi lang to set up, hindi, gusto kong milk tea. Okay, sige, may milk tea ka. Okay, what makes it special? Kasi milk tea to, ganito yung flavor or what. Okay, yung kapitbahay mo, ganun din. So, what makes you different? So, taking it from there, again, always be mindful is that your business exists for something. You have to be solving problems, not solving your own problems in money. You have to solve a market need. Next is that, okay, how do you construct that unique selling proposition? So we have some tips here how to go about it. So there's 4 key questions for to ask yourself when you're defining USP. So who is my target audience? Who are my competitors? What are the problems? And how do I solve them? So kanina nga yung example ko was my target audience are brewed coffee drinkers. So they're actively looking for yung quality coffee beans. And the competitors are usually on the off the shelves na coffee. You could buy in your supermarket, somewhere on the batch roasted. So the key problem was most of them are batch roasted. Kumbaga, 1 month, 3 months, or even 6 months or 1 year roasted na siya. So the quality of the coffee beans is no longer there. So kung ako, maarte ako sa kape ko, gusto ko freshly roasted. So I could solve that problem kasi I could make it a roast to order business. So I solve it by providing this kind of solution. Now again, going back to you guys, if you have a business, do you think are you solving a current market need? or you're just trying to distribute a product based on what is readily available there. So that's how branding and digital marketing works. You really have to define your market and try to solve it in that specific way. So ganun po ako pa gumawa po ng USP po. So I hope if you have questions how to make one, you could chat dun sa chat box below. We could do an exercise later siguro if you have your business, then we will try to create a USP here. Maybe we could help you out today. Okay, plan your online business strategy. So, marami po kasing iba't ibang online business strategy. Hindi lang po talaga siya sales. So, one is that, example, we have here is that we have goals. Okay? So, goal one, example, grow online sales and transactions. So, anong klaseng gagawin ko? So, syempre, kung gusto mo online sales, definitely, you have to have generate traffic to your website. So, anong way para to drive traffic to your website? One is creating a valuable content. Another thing is that I don't know, Mr. Shakotama, is that backlinks can be search engine optimization that can be. So again, it all boils down again into creating a valuable marketing content. Another thing is increase brand awareness. So ano yun? So, before kasi during my days, when di pa kasi ganun ka-hype yung social media, we only have sulit.com, kasi yung mga nandiyan nanonood ngayon, ano ba ito, sulit.com, ayos dito. Yung pa yung platform namin, wala pang Friendster, yan. So, how do we go about it? So, what we do is that we try to post more content there. So, we would like um, people to get notice us by flashing our brand, showcasing what we have. So, it's really more of generating brand awareness. Hindi siya more on product. We're just telling them na, oy, we have this product, we have this idea, maybe you would like to check us out. So, one clear example, if you could Google our brand, the Northern Taste Coffee Company, you could see how we position. Meron talaga kaming branding. We try to do X deals, partnership with other vloggers, we do X deal. Wala pa yung gaya ngayon na influencers, wala pa nun. Vlogging pa talaga. So, that's where we're trying to invest in. Siguro, X deal lang for a bag of beans. We do that. So currently we have this brand. We're doing is if you could Google it, it's called the Magandang Uling. It's a coco charcoal briquette. So we are selling the coco briquette. So what we're doing is that we're trying to create content like videos, postings to drive interest to the brand. We're trying to break the market of briquettes. Mga uling. How do you try to sell an uling? It's quite commodity based. So how do we do it? We create a brand awareness. So we build a brand out of it and improve customer satisfaction. So again, use live chat and or offer a best customer service. So how do you offer customer service? Sabi nila, better communication. So those are the basics. But when you said superior customer experience is that from ordering up to delivery of the product, there has to be a constant communication. And that's how you deliver optimum customer service. One clear example case study is that we have a customer before in our coffee business na uh, mali na padalang item. Sunog. So what we did is, since lifeblood kami ng kanyang negosyo, coffee shop, so the next day, we send them freshly roasted coffee beans sa tama yung roast, tamang product, at hindi sunog. And that is completely free. So imagine nyo, sunog na yung pinadala ko, hindi ko na pinabayaran yun. I even send them another one. So double costing na on my end yun. And that created an idea na we could help you. We're not just up for the money. We are here to help you grow your business. And that's how you call customer service. It's beyond interaction. It's really helping up your business how to grow. Okay, and I think this will be my last slide. And I'm endorsing you again to my partner Richelle, so to discuss to you how to craft a digital marketing plan, the 5 few steps. Very simple lang siya. So thank you so much, and Ms. Richelle, the floor is yours.
Ayan. Thank you, Sir Winston, for that very, very clear presentation of the previous slides. I'm sure maraming tutunan yung mga viewers natin today. Ayan. Pero bago tayo mag-proceed sa next na mga section or mga next slides para sa ating presentation, ayan, gusto muna natin malaman kung gising pa ang ating mga audience ngayon. Comment nyo dyan kung ano yung pinaka-favorite nyo na emoji para malaman namin na gising pa kayo. Ayan. May mga nagko-comment ng yes. Ayan. So, ang next na i-discuss ay 5 steps in crafting your digital marketing plan. Ano nga ba ang kailangan para makagawa kayo ng isang successful o maayos na digital marketing plans para sa inyong business? So first, is make your business stand out. And then second is to personalize your digital marketing plan. Third is to use goals to improve business performance. Fourth is to choose the right digital channels. And the last one is to measure results and KPIs. Lahat ng yan, i-discuss natin one by one in the following slides. So first is to make your business stand out. Alam natin na sobrang daming businesses dito sa Philippines nagsusulputan lalo na nung middle of the pandemic kasi lahat tayo, of course, we want to make or earn money. Kaya naman, it's very important to make your business stand out and to also understand kung ano ba yung ginagawa ng competitors o ng mga competition sa paligid mo, kung paano nila ginagawa yung online strategy nila, di ba? So, dito, parang kagaya rin to ng binanggit kanina ni Sir Winston na USP or yung unique selling point natin. Ito yung makakatulong para ma-identify natin kung ano ba yung ano yung main point o ano yung bagay na magde-differentiate sa atin sa iba pang mga sa iba pang mga competitors or iba pang products and services. So, it's very important to know or to identify your unique selling point to make your business stand out. So, kanina diniscuss si Sir Winston yung unique selling point, kung paano nyo binild yung sa kanila. So, ngayon, meron pang another way or it's just another point para mas makraft pa ninyo yung unique selling point ninyo. So, first, or this is the way or yung SWOT na framework para magawa ninyo or ma-identify ninyo yung unique selling point ng
Hi everyone. We're very sorry po. We're having a technical difficulties po sa side po ni Miss Rochelle. Kindly standby lang po, no? Inaayos na po namin. Alright. So, Sir Winston, okay lang po ba mag-backup
Sure, no
tayo?
problem.
Okay.
So I think where si Ma'am was SWOT analysis. So again, how do we look into SWOT analysis? So SWOT analysis identify kung ano ba yung strength and weaknesses ninyo. So again, we're taking it for example earlier na unique selling proposition. But sabi nga ni Sun Tzu is that in war is that know yourself and know your enemy. You will not lose in any kind of war. So again, you identify ano ba ang strengths ng brand ko, ng product ko, and what is my weaknesses. Why do we need to identify the strength and weakness? Kasi if you don't know where your strengths are, you cannot really push it, hindi mo ma-maximize yung brand mo. And by clearly identifying your weaknesses, you will try to veer away from that and you will try to sort of candy coat it. And knowing the opportunities and threats will give you a right direction to utilize your strength and to take those opportunities. And by avoiding the weakness, it will try to avoid your threats. So that's how we do the SWOT analysis. So there's another way of doing it. So what are my strengths that I could fully utilize to get the opportunities? And what are my weaknesses to avoid my threats? So ganun po siya. Usually kasi sa school tinuturo yung strengths, weaknesses, or what. Hindi tinuturo pa paano yung ginagawa. So this is how you use it actually. What are my strengths to take on the opportunity and what are the weaknesses to avoid your competition or threats? That's how you use it. So that's how you look at it. Some people will say na hindi kasi ganito. No, that's how you do it. Example, in our coffee business kasi, my strength is that I do a roast order business. One of my weaknesses is that I don't have a physical store. So the opportunity is that I could be a go-to market to start up a new business model. My key threat is that my business model is easily replicatable and it is not something very unique. That's a para merong may technology behind. It's not. It's a basically a drop shipping model before. So now, since I know my strengths, I know the opportunity, I will drive my strategies towards that opportunity. So how to utilize, maximize my strengths towards that. Now, which I don't. This is very nice question to identify. If you're still listening, I know na medyo some of you might be sound boring, and some of you are students. So, which of the following is an opportunity? Okay, we have A to D. Okay, so A, good financial position. B, loyal customer base. Overseas demand for a product. Or D, new competition. Which of these four is the opportunity? So comment down the chat box below po. So we have answer now. C, C, C. Yeah, it's letter C. Tama po yun. So again, it is true. C is the right answer. So a good financial position kasi is not really an opportunity. It's a strength. So good loyal customer base is also a strength. And the new competition is a threat. And yes, it is on overseas demand considers an opportunity. So good answer, guys. So that's a good take, everyone. So next. Okay. Okay. So how do you conduct a competitor analysis? So using search engine. So before, during my times, yes, may Google na no, pero it's really not that in depth. So here we were going to share to you is that one way to use is the using keywords. Keywords also help in. And I hope Ms. Richelle will be here to discuss this. This is very much her strengths and her capabilities. And okay, so how do you search it? So start searching with your competition by search engine. So search engine gives you a lot of things. There's a lot of development. Kasi during my time, hindi kasi reliable source ng search engine. You really have to rely on third party to come up with a more decent compared to analysis. But nowadays, since Google has expanded through the years, it was able to gather all information, and by simply using keywords such as best product or near me product or food and beverage brand helps you identify kung sino mga competition mo, and it gives you that bird's eye view already. Next is another way is that to conduct competitor analysis is that um, having Google Alerts. So Google Alerts is like giving you insights or email or alerts on specific keywords you're typing. Example, in my case, back then, coffee. So that will be very much helpful. Oh, here is Miss Richelle. Miss Richelle,
Hi
welcome
po.
back. So, so we will just discussing
Welcome back
about
po.
how to conduct competitor analysis using Google Alerts. So I think this is one of your key strengths, and I think this is one of my weaknesses as well. So this is your opportunity to discuss the Google Alerts.
Okay. Thanks, Sir Winston, for catching up dyan sa mga slides natin. Ayan. So, as Sir Winston said, ayan, isa pang way para makapag-conduct kayo ng competitor analysis is using Google Alerts. It's actually a free tool offered by Google para ma-search ninyo yung ibang topics na sinesearch or nagtitrending. So, you can just look for it or type nyo lang google.com/alerts. Tapos malalaman ninyo doon kung ano yung iba pang mga topics na related din sa businesses ninyo. Yung pwede ninyong magamit. So, one good thing about this is that kapag nag-set kayo neto or kapag sinet up nyo to is mag-notify ito sa inyo kapag yung pinili ninyong keyword or yung pinili ninyong keyword, i-alert kayo. So, kaya siya Google Alerts is parang ina-alert ka niya kapag merong discussion online tungkol dun sa keywords na gusto mo. So, that's it. So, next is, the second one on the steps is personalizing your digital marketing plan or your marketing plan. So, syempre ngayon, super important na meron kayong sariling USP, and then aside from that is to use this USP para ma-communicate nyo ng maayos sa inyong mga customers. You have to differentiate your products And you have to communicate that dun sa mga bumibili sa inyo. Kaya important na malaman ninyo yung persona kung sino yung bumibili sa inyo. So, in the following slides or dito sa step na to, ipapakita natin or parang ituro namin sa inyo kung paano kayo makagawa ng mas maayos na market segmentation or kung paano nyo ma-identify yung target market ninyo. So, ano ba yung market segmentation? Market segmentation, ito yung inaalam ninyo or ina-understand ninyo yung target markets ninyo. So, ina-identify ninyo yung likes nila, interests nila. So, para mas makakuha kayo ng maraming sales. So, why do we have to leverage market segmentation from our digital marketing? So, the first, of course, is to it understands or it helps you understand the characteristics of your target market. Syempre, kapag kilala ninyo yung target market nyo o kung sino yung bumibili sa inyo, mas mapapersonalize ninyo. Hindi lang yung mga pinopost ninyo sa social media, kundi pati na rin yung mga products and services na i-offer ninyo sa kanila in the future. Second is to tailor, make, and personalize marketing approach. So yun na nga, kapag kilala niyo na sila, makakagawa kayo ng marketing approach, mga content, or mga i-release nyo pang products in the future na bagay sa personality nila. Third is, it's cost-effective marketing. Kapag alam na ninyo yung target market ninyo, mas ma-spend nyo yung budget ninyo sa tamang locations or sa tamang platforms kung nasaan talaga yung target market ninyo. And then last, of course, it will help you to generate customer loyalty and brand advocacy. So, it helps you to build a strong brand loyalty sa mga customers ninyo para mas mag-engage sila or para magkaroon ng mas mataas na customer satisfaction. Next is the types of market segmentation. So, paano nga ba ginagawa yung market segmentation? Ano-ano yung factors doon? So, unang-una doon yung demographics. So, we all know demographics is identifying the age, gender, occupation, or minsan income na rin ng target market ninyo. So, kailangan ninyong identify itong demographics na to, kung ano ba yung tinatarget nyong edad, millennials ba yan, Gen Z, baby boomers. So, kailangan ninyong i-identify yan. Or kung gusto ba ninyo, puro male or female yung i-target ninyo, di ba? Or both genders. And then next is geographics. Geographics, kailangan nyo identify kung nasaan yung mga market ninyo. Kung nasa Metro Manila lang ba or kung nasa ibang lugar sila. And then next is psychographics. Psychographics naman, it's the element or inaalam ninyo kung ano yung personality nila. Ano yung lifestyle nila, spender ba sila, or ano yung social status nila. So, alamin niyo yung interest nila. So, for example, your customer likes to browse, kunwari na lang TikTok or LinkedIn. So, malalaman niyo kung ano yung way of life nila or kung paano sila nag-interact sa mga gusto nila. And then, behavioral, of course, ito yung paano ba sila nagbe-behave or yung traits nila kapag ginagamit nila yung products nila. Kung nakaka-build ba to ng loyalty or kung nag-repeat purchase ba sila. So, kailangan nyo ring i-identify yung mga customers na yon. And then, ito, list of resources of marketing segments. Actually, on big companies, like kunwari sa work namin or sa work ko talaga, we do market research. But we all know market research, it is very expensive, diba? So, small businesses, hindi nila kailangan mag-invest dito. They can do their own. So, ito yung mga tips or kung saan nyo pwede pa makita yung iba pang resources to craft your market segmentation. So, unang-una is yung public resources. These are the resources available online or sa library kung pupunta pa kayo or kung pwedeng pumunta na ngayon sa library. So, you can look at the industry and trade research para malaman ninyo yung mga demographics doon ng mga bumibili sa certain products and services. Or meron ding mga annual reports. Makikita nyo ito online. Meron mga nakapublish na research. You can do that. Basta credible. We all know kasi na yung iba, hindi siya credible. Kailangan yung source for public resources ay yung credible na website or credible na books. And the next is marketing channels. Of course, yung marketing channels, it will help you also to identify kung ano yung interaction ng customer sa websites ninyo or sa digital platforms ninyo. So, example na lang, yung mga social media platforms or yung mismong website ninyo, it has analytics report or data reports wherein you can see there yung demographics, yung locations nila, yung age, yung gender. So, variety. So kapag tiningnan nyo yun or compare nyo, of course, meron kayong makikitang parang identical na market group doon, di ba? So makakita kayo kung sino yung target market ninyo sa social media. And then lastly, of course, is the original research. So ito naman, original research is like getting lang, parang pag nagtitesis kayo or something, kumukuha talaga kayo personally ng data from your customers. So pwede kayong kumuha ng mga magte-test ng products ninyo, kunwari, or papatikim ninyo yung products ninyo, so para malaman ninyo yung feedback nila. And then, pwede rin kayong gumawa ng mga online surveys. So, di ba, more likely, parang yung original research is like doing a thesis to get the pulse of the market. So, this is just an example on identifying your target market. So, ito lang, parang binild lang para makita ninyo kung ano yung sample ng target audience na meron. So, this one, ito ay parang example. If you are making or you have a business na related to male. So, kunwari sapatos. Ayan, sapatos. You have a shoe business. So, this is the sample of a target audience na meron ka. As you can see sa key demographics, 18 to 30 yung age range niya. And then, ang gender, 60% ay male and then 40% female. So, mostly ng mga nagbabrowse ng shoes na ganong type ay male. And then, makita niyo sa key psychographics here kung ano yung mga sina-follow niya or kung ano yung gusto niya, mga interests and likes niya. And then, here, you can also see kung ano yung preferred channels niya. This will help you para ma-identify kung saan ka lang gagawa ng content. Para, di ba, hindi masayang din yung effort and time mo na paggawa ng content. Hindi naman pala nandun yung target market mo, di ba? And then, third one, next is to use goals to improve business performance. Syempre, gumagawa tayo ng marketing plan. Kailangan natin ng isang maayos or solid na goal, kung ano yung gusto nating ma-reach, hindi lang sa business natin, kung in our life, meron din tayo mga personal goals, di ba? So parang, more likely, parang personal goals, but we put it into business. So, defining your business goals or ano ba yung kailangan para ma-identify mo yung business goals mo. Kailangan mong isipin kung ano yung gusto mong ma-reach or ano yung gusto mong ma-achieve for your business, di ba? So, kunwari na lang, on my personal business, ang goal ko talaga nung una is to gain brand awareness kasi the product is not yet familiar with the people. So, ang ginawa ko for brand awareness is to spread or to gain more follows doon sa social media accounts ko. So, that's how I did it. So, ito yung iba't ibang types ng business goals na pwede nyo i-set up. So, una, if you want to grow sales, of course, it's to boost or to get, to make your product mag-return siya ng investment or makakuha pa kayo ng mas maraming sales. So, yun yung objective mo. Second is to speak or interact with customers. So, speak or interact with customers doesn't mean talaga na gusto mong kausap sila. Maybe relate to them on a level na mas naiintindihan ka nila. So, for example, if you want to build followers like me or mas ma-build pa yung brand awareness sa business mo, this is actually one of the ways. So, speak yon kasi gusto mong ma-communicate sa kanila kung ano ba yung business mo, di ba? And then, third is to add value, of course. Gusto natin na ma-increase yung customer satisfaction or gusto natin na maglagay ng website rating. So, for example, sa work ko, we do this. So, meron kaming mga binibigay na vouchers. For example, if you rate the app, so, parang ganon. So, this adds value. Mabibuild din nito yung profile or yung business mo online. Kasi pag nakita ng isang tao, ang taas ng rating nila, di ba? Para kagaya sa Shopee or Lazada, di ba? Pag nakita mo na mataas yung rating ng isang owner, is doon ka mabibili kasi maganda yung rating niya and yung satisfaction ng customer, di ba? And then, fourth is to save cost. Merong mga business na ang gusto nila ay makasave sila ng cost kasi they've tried a lot of marketing projects or campaigns and then it didn't work. So, ang goal na nila ngayon is to save cost. So, ito yon, sobrang as is, save cost. And then lastly is sizzle, extend your brand online. So, lastly lang is to build your online presence lang to have more satisfaction and recommendations from your friends and your followers. So, parang more likely, kagaya rin ng serve, pero i-extend mo pa siya dun sa mga hindi pa nakakatry ng products and services mo. So, paano nga ba natin ma-identify yung business goals natin? Ano yung kailangan? So, itong apat na to, usually ito talaga yung base kung paano tayo nag-identify or paano nag-identify isang business ng kanyang KPIs. So, unang-una, kailangan measurable siya. So, measurable means realistic, yung talagang ma-achieve siya. Meron kang definite na time or meron kang definite na kailangang i-measure para malaman mo na nag-success siya or successful siya. Next is dapat achievable siya. Kailangan ma-achieve siya, hindi yung realistic, okay? So, kailangan realistic yung ilalagay yung goal. And the next is practical, of course, within your means or within your budget. And then, last is it provides direction. So, use this term or yung SMART to determine your KPI. So, kailangan specific siya, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Of course, is your objective specific? Kailangan specific siya para hindi kalat-kalat yung marketing plan ninyo. Measurable ba siya? Kailangan na measure mo yung progress mo towards your end goal. Attainable ba siya? Realistic ba yung goal mo? Realistic yung goal mo, especially dun sa time mo, di ba? So, relevant ba siya sa mismong buong structure ng business mo? And then, of course, time-bound, kailan ba siya ma-reach? Or meron ka bang set na time for that? So, this is an example lang of a SMART goal. So, ang una mong talagang goal is I want to add more products to my menu. Pero let's make it more specific using the SMART goal. So, itong vague na to or itong more generic na goal na I want to add more products to my menu, ay gagawin natin mas specific using the SMART technique. So, the first one, of course, is specific. So, gagawin natin, I want to add 5 new pastries or kunwari 5 new menus na lang dun sa sa products mo into my current menu. Second, is dapat measurable siya. Kailan? So, nilagay niya dito, every 8 weeks, kailangan mag-add siya ng bagong product or bagong services or bagong sa menu nila. And then, attainable siya. Paano ma-attain yung goal mo? So, siya dito, ang sinabi niya, I will learn new recipes from a pastry chef. So, paano kayo magle-learn pa ng para ma-improve ninyo yung goal ninyo? And then, relevant siya dapat sa customers, of course, because nakuha niya to based dun sa pulse or dun sa mga customer testimonials na gusto daw mag-add siya ng bagong variety ng pastries. And then lastly, of course, time-bound. So, dito parang in-structure mo lang talaga kung kailan mo siya gustong ma-achieve. So, my mini deadlines are every 8 weeks and then I will master new pastries by the end of the year. So, ayan, sample lang yan ng SMART goal. I hope clear and I hope makagawa kayo ng SMART goal ninyo para mas maging specific yung goals ninyo sa businesses niyo. And then fourth, of course, is to choose the right channels. Kailangan alam ninyo kung nasaan or ano yung tamang platform para mapakilala ninyo yung products and services ninyo. So these are some of the platforms. Ito yung pinaka-familiar or popular na digital channels to help you reach your audience. So we have search engine, SEO, pay-per-click advertising, social media marketing, content marketing, email marketing, and influencer marketing. And then sa following slides, i-discuss natin siya one by one. Pero thorough lang. So parang brief explanation lang about this. So ano bang organic search or search engine optimization? This is making your website on the top page of Google. So, ayan yung goal mo. Kung bakit ginagawa mo yung search engine optimization. Of course, we all know, hindi naman tayo lahat nagbabrowse ng, page 1, check ko pa yung page 2, page 3, page 4, di ba? We want to be checking lang yung page 1 para makita kung ano yung mga nandun. Parang feeling natin, mas credible yung mga websites na nandun sa pinakaunang page. So, that is the goal of creating or making search engine optimization. Gusto mo na nandun ka sa top page ng Google. So, how do you do that? This is very technical. So, meron pang ibang mga kailangan ayusin back-end. But, it is divided into two. So, merong on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Yung on-page SEO, ito yung mga bagay na ginagalaw mo sa loob ng website. For example, yung content, gagalawin mo siya. I-optimize mo siya at ilalagay mo yung mga keywords. And then, yung mga metadata or yung mga meta tags doon sa website mo, yun yung on-page. Off-page is yung wala siya sa website mo, kaya siya off-page. So, wala siya sa website mo, but you build your website outside your in other websites. So, parang gagawa ka or ipopost mo yung website mo, for example, sa social channels mo, or ipopost mo siya sa website, may friend ka, kunwari na may website, gusto mo ipopromote din doon yung website mo. So, it's like building partnerships or relationships sa iba pang website. That's how off-page works. So dito, ito yung kung paano yung pinapakita ni Google yung isang website, di ba, sa Google when you search for it. So ito yung title tag, yung nasa pinakataas. And then itong baba, ang tawag dyan ay meta description. And then ito mga site links yan. So for you to be able to do that, or para mas mag-rank ka, you have to optimize both your title tag and your meta description. Yan. Kailangan i-add ninyo dyan yung keywords ninyo, main keywords or main focus keywords ninyo para mag-rank siya. And then you have to optimize also your on-page content. Ayan. And then next is paid search through pay-per-click advertising. So alam natin, Google Ads, sobrang lawak niya. But pay-per-click or paid search, ito yung nasa pinakataas pag nagsisearch kayo. So may kita ninyo yan. Meron siya palaging branding dito na ad. May nakalagay na ad. So paid search, very helpful kasi SEO, pag ginawa niyo to, it takes time. So pag in-optimize niyo yung website niyo, usually 3 to 6 months or 1 year pa bago mag-take effect yun eh. So, unlike paid search, kapag gumawa kayo ng paid search advertising or nag-pay-per-click kayo, instantly, kapag ginawa ninyo yun, pwede agad siyang mag-run at makikita agad siya ng mga tao. So, it helps you to increase brand awareness instantly. Kaya mas marami din talagang gumagamit nito. So, if you guys are interested to learn about Google Ads, meron ding modules or meron ding class yung MSME Caravan that mas itatakal pa to wholly talaga kung paano kayo makaka-create ng isang paid search ad. So, it helps you to build brand recognition and then it leads to your website. Ayan, makaka-generate kayo ng leads. Siyempre, kapag clinic nila yung ads ninyo. Ayan, best practices, of course, is to regularly evaluate your keywords and to direct users to the right landing page. Kailangan yung ad ninyo, yung landing page niya is relevant dun sa ad para hindi siya misleading or hindi siya false advertisement. Ayan. Next is through social media marketing. Sobrang familiar natin sa social media. Lahat tayo, of course, nasa social media. So, it's a very good way to interact or to engage your customers. So, it relates or ang kailangan yung gawin dito, of course, is to create content for different social media platforms. So, para ma-achieve ninyo or ma-increase ninyo yung user engagement nyo. So, ano-ano nga ba yung types ng social media content? So, we have here user-generated content or ito yung mga mas madaling salita. Ito yung mga testimonials or pag nire-repost natin yung mga comments or stories or posts ng mga customers natin, di ba? Para ma-build pa yung trust and engagement sa customers natin. So, yun yung user-generated kasi galing siya sa ibang tao. And then, next is interactive content. Yung mga interactive content, kung may mga pag-games kayo or may mga GIF, yung mga i-click nila or videos, interactive content na rin yun kasi i-click nila. And then, infographics, if your business needs more information, syempre gagawa kayo ng mga infographics. Kadalasan, ito yung sa mga medical, yan, naglalabas sila ng mga tips and then naglalabas sila ng steps. Kunwari kapag merong sakuna or merong mga calamities, di ba? Naglalabas sila ng infographics. And then lastly is images and videos. Sobrang familiar na kayo, of course. I think lahat naman kayo gumagawa ng images and videos. You have to make sure lang na your content is of high quality. Hindi pwede mga pixelated para mabilis silang makita yung products and services ninyo, di ba? So best practice in creating social media marketing or creating a social media marketing plan is to follow rule of thirds for social media. Ano yung rule of thirds? Kailangan daw 1/3 ng sinishare mo nagpo-promote ng businesses mo to convert readers or to generate profits. And then yung 1/3, you have to share ideas from influencers in your industry or like other businesses. So ibig sabihin, kunwari may customer or meron kayong friends or may influencer kayo na friends, yan, kailangan nyo ring i-build yan or mag-share kayo ng iba pang related na industry related industry sa inyong brand. Ayan, para hindi puro tungkol sa brands ninyo. And then the last third or yung isa pang 1/3, you have to share personal stories galing sa audience nyo. Ayan, syempre importante yun to build trust sa inyong brand. And then, A/B testing, ito yung tawag kapag tinitest ninyo kung ano yung mas nag-work sa inyong business. Tinitest ninyo kung ano yung mas better na image. Kunwari gusto nyo i-test yan. So, mas maganda pa tong isang tao lang or yung grupo sila na tao. So, or minsan yung text, kailangan ba may emoji siya or wala? Ano yung mas kiniklik ng tao. So that is how you do A/B testing sa messaging. And then, hindi pa to last, pero almost na. So, content marketing, content marketing is doing a website. So, related siya sa SEO kasi magagawa mo lang yung SEO kapag meron kang website. So, content marketing helps you, lalo na kung maraming information na kailangan sa website ninyo, di ba? It stimulates interest and you create materials na pwedeng i-share online sa different platforms. So, ano-ano yung types ng content na pwede mong ilagay sa website mo? So, unang-una na dyan yung blog article. Sobrang helpful nito, lalo na sa SEO, kasi ang daming words na malalagay sa isang articles, di ba? So, it helps you to hit a lot of keywords para sa SEO mo. So, ayan, blog articles, ayan, pwede nyo ilagay yan, kahit ilang words pa yan. And then, you can share, of course, blog articles sa social media ninyo, di ba? And then next is videos. Pwede kayong mag-embed ng video sa website ninyo, kahit nasa YouTube pa yan, di ba? Next is infographics. Yes, meron mga ibang website na naglalagay din ng infographics and case studies pag medyo technical yung or like school yung ninyo website, di ba? So, how can it help you for your brand? Of course, it increases your traffic and then it also generate leads. So, kunwari yung website ninyo, lalagyan nyo siya ng contact us form or sign up button. So, maka-generate kayo ng lead. Kapag naka-generate kayo ng lead, yung mga leads na yun or yung numbers na meron kayo, pwede nyo yung gamitin ninyo pag nag-run kayo ng campaign sa social media. Pwede nyo gamitin yung information nila para maka-target nyo ulit sila. Ayan. So, best practices, of course, is to use multi-marketing channel. Hindi lang dapat website yung ginagamit ninyo. Kailangan, sinishare nyo yung website ninyo to different channels na meron din yung brand ninyo. And then, last is to put your audience first. Kailangan yung ginagawa ninyong content ay relevant doon sa pinakita natin kanina or sa in-identify ninyo na target audience or market segmentation ninyo para makarelate sila at para mag-interact sila sa website ninyo. Second to the last is email marketing. Email marketing medyo, sabi ng iba medyo luma na, pero it still works. Email marketing is yung nagsisend ng email sa email address ninyo with their promos, di ba? Or yung mga paparating pa lang nila na products and services. So, email delivers best returns with 73% respondents. Sabi dito sa e-consultancy last 2019. So, it still work. Kahit sinasabi ng iba na hindi na nag-work yung email marketing. So, it works lalo na kung gusto mong i-target or i-convert yung mga hindi na active na users sa website or sa platform mo, di ba? So, it helps you to generate then leads and then ROI through marketing channels. Ayan, best practices is to personalize your message. Kailangan yung message mo na ilalagay dun sa email mo ay para talaga sa customers mo. So, meron ka of course segment yan kasi kapag email marketing, kadalasan meron silang mga audience na yan yung active and then yung mga hindi na active. So, i-personalize mo yung email mo depende dun sa pagsisendan mo ng email mo. And then, reserve email for customer support and feedback. Sobrang importante ng email, lalo na kung medyo maraming irate customers. So, syempre, dun mo ida-direct yung mga feedback nila or yung mga request nila ng refund or returns, i-redirect mo sa email para dun sila replyan. And then lastly is influencer marketing. Sobrang familiar natin sa influencer marketing. Sobrang dami nating nakikita influencers sa social media. So, this is a way of reaching out to a personality online na maraming followers, di ba? And then you send your products and services for them to try. So yun yung influencer marketing. And then they create a post or series of posts para sa brand and services mo. So parang endorsement siya or recommendation from influencers. So you have to find influencers that will surely drive sales para hindi masayang syempre yung binigay ninyo na products and services sa kanila. So, it helps you to build brand awareness and it helps you then para makabuild ng authentic content. Siyempre, pag trinay nila yung product, kailangan totoo yung sasabihin nila, di ba? So, it helps also in building or into sharing personalized content with an honest story. So, best practices is to choose influencers that align with your brand values. So, kunwari, ang target market mo, kailangan relevant din yung influencer na pipiliin nyo. So, kunwari, may nabasa ko, gusto nila milk tea. Pag milk tea, kadalasan ang target market mo dyan ay yung mga bagets. Sila talaga yung mahihilig dyan. Gen Z, millennial. So, kailangan ang piliin mo influencer for a brand like that or a product like that is yung ganun din yung persona niya. So, kailangan bata pa siya or yung lifestyle niya is katulad dun sa mga target market mo, di ba? So, pili ka ng influencer na may ganong klase ng lifestyle or ganong klase ng way of living. So, ayan, para parehas sila ng sinasalita or parehas sila ng tone, di ba? And then, prioritize engagement. Kailangan nyo rin i-check kasi not all influencers na mayroong malaking followers, lahat ng audience nila is nag-engage sa post nila. So, piliin ninyo or i-check ninyo na yung influencer na yun is meron talagang magandang engagement rate. Ayan. So, fifth is to measure results and KPIs. Ito, sobrang basic lang nito. Kailangan ninyong i-identify kung ano yung i-measure ninyo on this channel. So, sa search engine, kailangan nyo i-measure yung click-through rates, yung backlinks or yung website na nagli-link sa inyo, and then yung keywords ninyo, kung anong position na siya sa Google. And then, email marketing, syempre kung ilan yung nag-click dun sa website, email ninyo, and then kung finorward ba siya, so parang yung interaction lang din. And then, social media, of course, you have to measure engagement rate, and then yung shares, likes, diba? So, this will help you para ma-identify kung successful ba isang digital marketing plan mo. And then, Google Analytics will help you measure this. Meron din sa social media, meron ding tools doon and insights. So, ayun, Google Analytics, kung meron kayong mga questions or gusto niyo pang matutunan in-depth to, kasi sobrang laki na itong Google Analytics. I think meron din ino-offer yung MSME Caravan para mas maintindihan ninyo, lalo na kung may website kayo. Ayan. I'll turn over na to Miss Pao. Itong slides or the following slides.
All right, so thank you so much po, no, Miss Rochelle and Sir Wilson, for this amazing and napaka-informative na topic natin for this afternoon, lalo na bagong topic ang digital planning, digital marketing planning. All right, so before I proceed, let me just have a quick run-through for the key takeaways. A digital marketing plan helps to execute your marketing strategy in a focused and achievable way. Second is conducting a situational analysis of your business, competitors, and target market makes it easier to personalize your marketing plan. And lastly, your business goals can pinpoint which digital channels are relevant KPIs to measure so you can continuously refine your strategy. Alright, so sana may natutunan tayo, no, for this afternoon. So on your screen, ito po ang ating registration link para po sa session natin for this afternoon. Kindly share this with your peers, colleagues, friends, relatives, and lalo na po doon sa mga business owners na kakilala or kung may gusto man pong mga aspiring na business owners, pwede nyo po i-share itong ating registration link. So kindly share it is g.co/grow/MSME Caravan. Right, so congratulations everyone. You have reached the end of the MSME Caravan virtual training. So today, you have learned the use of digital marketing planning and all its benefits. And we hope you took away some of the key features you should set up in your business profile and how to optimize your business profile during COVID-19. So we hope everything we shared to you today will help you improve your online presence and keep your business running during these tough times. And if you are interested more in learning more how to move your business online, we have some helpful resources we want to highlight. One of the best tools you can take advantage of immediately is the Google Primer, a free app from Google that delivers bite-sized lessons on digital business and marketing fundamentals. Many lessons are just 5 minutes long and only requires your phone to access it. So if you want to go over stuff that you have learned today, then we recommend to start off with the Digital Marketing 1 module, a short lesson that will remind you how to take advantage of Google My Business to be found on Google Maps and on Google Search. Alright, so kindly get your extra phone kung meron kayo. And let's try to download po ang Google Primer para po sa mga, lalo na po sa ating mga business owners na participants ngayon and sa mga aspiring o yung mga gusto magkaroon ng business in the future. So kindly get your phones and we start to download po ang ating Google Primer. So sa mga Android users, just go to your Play Store and search for Google Primer. And sa atin naman po mga iPhone users, just go to your App Store and search for Google Primer. And install the app. Ganun lang po kabilis. So ito nga po ang Google Analytics Solution Gallery. So the Solutions Gallery allows you to import custom reporting tools and assets like dashboards and segments into your analytics account. So sa mga gusto ng Google Analytics, just go to analytics.google.com/analytics/gallery. Sa mga naman po sa mga nabibilisan, pwede po nating i-replay itong video na ito para po makita ninyo yung site po for the Google Analytics Solutions Gallery. So the next one is Analytics Academy. Learn more online at no charge. Learn about Google's measurement tools so that you can grow your business through intelligent data collection and analysis. So it's g.co/Analytics Academy. And we also have our newly launched Grow with Google website that has tons of learning materials from free lessons to short YouTube videos and even official certifications that you can add on to your resumes. It has resources for MSMEs, students, teachers, developers, and more. So to check out the site, just visit g.co/grow/grow Philippines. Alright, so, ayun na. So, before we proceed, kung yung mga questions po na hindi namin ma-address for this afternoon, I just want to ask our dear facilitators for your social media account or contact details po kung saan pwede po kayong makontak ng ating mga participants after this session po. Sir Winston and Miss Michelle?
Sige, ladies first, Miss Michelle.
Baka mawala yung internet eh. You can reach me, of course, through my LinkedIn. It's the same name I have, Rochelle Marie Bondoc. Ayan. I'm always active sa LinkedIn. And also, you can browse Instagram, Rochelle Bondoc _ if you have questions. Ayan. Thank you.
So, for mine naman, you could view my social media profile, LinkedIn. Just type in my name. It's here. It's Winston_Binauan. So if you have any questions about businesses, marketing, or anything under the sun, as long as it's related to business and marketing, I'd be more than willing to help you out. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you so much din po. So finally, before you drop off today, we would really appreciate if you could provide us some feedback on this session. Your opinion matters and your feedback will help us know what should we need to improve and also what should we need to continue doing in this training. So sabi ko nga kanina, magpa-flash ako sa screen ng QR code para po sa ating feedback form. So para saan po itong QR code na ito or yung feedback form? Ito po ay para po kayo makakuha ng e-certificate and the downloadable handout. Yes po. So, kindly get your phones again and start scanning the QR code presented po sa inyong screen. And also po, sa mga participants na walang extra gadget or extra phone na para pang scan po, kindly go to your internet browsers and just search for bit.ly/msmecaravan-feedback. And it will go directly po sa ating feedback form. Or kung meron po kayong laptop na nasa inyo po ngayon, pwede pong gamitin din ng laptop sa pag-search po ng ating feedback form po. Right, so bigyan lang natin ng konting oras ang ating mga participants po para sa kanilang feedback. Again, para po kayo makakuha ng e-certificate, kailangan po muna nating mag-submit ng feedback para po sa hapon na ito o yung topic mo natin po for this afternoon. Alright, so sa mga gusto pong magtanong, open pa rin ang ating live chat box para po sa inyong mga katanungan. Huwag po tayong mahihiya magtanong habang andito pa po ang ating mga facilitators. We should make the most out of it mo. So para mamaya po, just in case, hindi na po tayo mag-follow-up question kung kailan patapos na ang ating session. So, tanong lang po, open po ang ating live chat box.
So, I think some of the people kasi kanina were asking kung paano po ba gumawa ng USP. Paano ba siya ginagawa? I saw someone is asking about their milk tea. So, how do you create a more relevant? So, so how to make it relevant is you identify muna the problem. Then you start from there. You work backwards. I think we have now a question, ma'am.
Yes, meron akong pumasok na question. Alright, so I guess everyone is ready, no? So, sir, may additional pa po ba kayo doon sa sinasabi niyo po kanina?
Well, yeah, basically you really have to work backwards instead of really parang ano ba yung gusto ko. Again, like kung laging mindset po natin is that think customers first. Hindi po kayo nagtatayo ng negosyo kasi you want to earn money. Nagtatayo po kayo ng negosyo kasi meron po kayong sinusolusyon ng problema. Even whether it's franchise, whether it's reselling, you're trying to solve a specific problem based on the product you're selling. So you work backwards po. So later siguro if you have questions you want to identify, just comment down sa chat box so that we could really define it further.
Alright, so again, I think we proceed na sa ating Q&A session for this afternoon. Yeah, so this first question is from PTT. Does these types of market segmentation are applicable to B2B business or there is a specific format for B2B firms?
Based on experience, kung B2B segmentation, yes, it is also applicable. But ang magbabago lang is that first is yung type of businesses. Kasi kung B2B siya, hindi siya individual person. But the same segmentation model also can be applied. Why? Kasi most of the decision makers sa businesses kasi are also people. And most of these people have these individual pains that you really have to solve. So, technically, yes, the same business model or the same segmentation process can be used. Kasi, example ako, B2B, I'm selling charcoal. Of course, the target market ko are grillers or charcoal users. But the gender that I will be more focusing into is that sino ba laging usong mag-grill? And most of the owners ng mga bigantong businesses are male. And most have a specific age bracket then. So that same segmentation process also apply. So if the question is how do you segment a B2B, it's basically up to you how do you want to segment. There's a lot of ways and means. It could be based on geographic, based on revenue, based on needs, based on product. There's a lot of ways to segment it. But the important thing is that you were able to identify the specific segment and you will be able to really to penetrate and solve their problems. Mr. Rachel, you want to add something?
I think applicable siya. Yes, ganun din naman, kagaya sabi ni Sir Winston, same na same lang. I'll just give an example na lang kasi I've worked with a brand din on my work sa related sa B2B. So what we're selling is like products or Wi-Fi services to businesses, diba? So what we did for that, yung minarket segment din namin siya or ginawan din namin siya ng segmentation. So, ano ba yung professionals or ano yung mga professionals at target natin pagdating sa ads natin? Ito yung kailangang work nila. Ito yung kailangang sa LinkedIn, kunwari, ito yung mga positions nila. Ilang taon na sila sa company nila. So, it works. Parehas lang din kayo nang gagawin. Pero syempre, mamomodify yung laman ng market segmentation ninyo dun sa brand na win-work out ninyo. So, ayun.
Alright, so thank you so much po sa pagsagot ng katanungan ni PTT. So next question please. This question is from Astron Appliances PH. Yung 5 to 10% marketing budget po is percentage of revenue or profit?
Well, in my practice kasi, in my practice kasi before, I'm very, medyo mga brands sa kasama ko kasi medyo sensitive sila about investment sa marketing. So how we look at it is that hindi sa ibang brands kasi medyo malaking budget nila but in accounting practice kasi yung mga accountant dito or what feel free to correct me if I'm wrong kasi there's only a certain amount that they are willing to invest kasi when we say marketing it has to look like an investment. So out of their current operating budget, there are how much are they willing to spend. So example, kung meron kang profit margin mo for a product is roughly around, sabihin natin nasa around 100%. So malaking profit margin yon. Pero out of that 100%, ilan yung i-allocate mo for marketing. So the cost to ratio of marketing per product will be measured on that. So, example, magre-release ako, sa palitan lang natin. So, 1,000 pesos. Sa 1,000 pesos, maglalabas ako 100 pesos. So, 100 pesos then, it has to generate more than the amount of the profit that I'm supposed to be getting. Instead of I'm getting another 1,000, I should be getting for every 100 pesos, 2,000 pesos. So, that's how we do it. So, yung computation of 5 to 10% is depending on your profit margin. On my end, kasi how I add it is I decrease roughly around 5 to 10% lang out of my profit margin. Kasi medyo makapal yung profit margin minsan sineset ko. So, or cumulative of the total revenue for a certain month or a certain period or a certain year. So, kung ito yung target ko for the year, example, 1 million, 5% of those, sabihin natin na 100,000. So, 100,000 ang aking allocation for the marketing budget to generate an incremental growth. So, ganun mo siya mini-measure. Again, that's based on practice. Pero kung medyo malalim talaga yung malaking margins mo, nasa around 1,000%, baka pwede mong lakihan naman ng county mo, roughly around 100%. O depending on your, makakasagot yan yung finances niya. So, how much are they willing to spend to grow that incremental growth? Pag marketing budget, ma'am, sir, is that investment for incremental growth. Kung organically, nag-grow ka turnover ng 10%, mag-invest ang company additional X amount by how much ay grow ng market mo, excluding the organic growth year on year na sample 10%. So mag-invest ako 100,000, I should grow by this year by additional 5%. So 10% plus 5% for marketing. So a total 15% growth for this year. Ganun po siya mini-measure. So I hope I was able to answer your question, Astron. Ma'am Richelle, how do you...
Ako wala akong masyadong alam sa marketing budget. Pero I think very helpful pag nag-aalat ng budget. Kunwari, lalo na kung marami kayong budget, is kapag meron kayong sinet na X amount, kunwari kagaya sinabi ni Sir, kailangan nyo siyang lagyan ng equivalent na kung ano yung marireach neto, lalo na sa digital marketing. Kasi lahat yun na may measure mo. Nakikita mo kung ilan yung eyeballs, nakikita mo ilan yung nag-click. So, if you allot this budget, kailangan may set kayo na tamang goal or parang meron kayo set na specific na goals, kagaya ng sinabi na, or diniscuss natin kanina. Kailangan meron kayong target goals or KPIs na nami-measure ninyo by the end of the year para malaman ninyo if the amount na nilabas ninyo is worth it or kung na-reach ba yung KPI ninyo for that year. Ayan.
Exactly. Yun yung sinasabi namin kanina na example, may ang budget, ang year on year nakita mo is 1,000 pesos, for example lang. So maglalabas ako ng 100 pesos this year. So dapat yung 100 pesos na yon lumaki siya kasi ang growth ko for this year expected ko 1,000 pesos. Kung lumaki lang ng 100 pesos yon, abay, di ba, 1,1 lang ako this year. So parang balik bote lang. So there has to be a significant growth. The metrics depends on you, like new customer base. So kung 10 yung customer ko ngayon, dadagdagan ng 20. So that's so you really have to define it. Sabi nga naman si Chef, the marketing budget correlates to your KPI. So you cannot really measure, ibang entrepreneur, ibang point of measure ng marketing budget niya. So same goes with yun nga, is what's your goal? What do you want to achieve with this amount of money? But at the end of the day, it has to be defined. Yun po. Thank you.
Thank you so much po. And I think we have a last question. This is from PJ Aquino. Can you give us an example of a mission statement po?
Sige, siguro ako mag-start nito kasi ako yung nagpasimula ng mission statement. So, how do you define a mission statement? What, why, and how? So, again, bibigyan ko ng example. You can Google it right now. Meron akong binibentang product which is magandang uling. You could Google it. So, ang product namin is that our mission statement is to provide high-quality, premium, high-quality charcoal briquettes that last for more than 5 hours. By helping our providing high quality charcoal briquettes to businesses by providing long lasting charcoal briquettes. So yun ang aming mission set. Ang mission namin is to provide charcoal briquettes that last for more than 5 hours. So yun po siya. So one clear example is that mission statement that in our business, which is in coffee beans, is that freshly roasted coffee beans, next day delivery or your money back guarantee. So, ganun po siya. Very clear yung mission statement namin. So, we're going to provide a product to solve a specific need within a specific period of time. Para din siyang smart. Yun lang, it really has to be defined. Example, let's take for example, milk tea. Okay, ano mission statement namin? Our mission is to provide best quality, refreshing drink to our target community by providing a premium and freshly made ice cold milk tea at a very affordable price insane and delivered in within 1 hour. That's a mission statement. So that's an example. Example, Banana Q. Our mission is to provide the best and the sweetest banana Q within our village with the premium quality service and next free delivery within our village. That's our mission statement already. So there's a lot of ways how to you define a mission statement. Ma'am Michelle.
Hirap. Hindi, joke. Kunwari na lang sa amin, sa work ko, ang mission statement namin doon, it's an app. So, for example, meron kayong app. Ang mission statement namin doon is the brand will deliver hassle-free experience by bringing patients and healthcare services in one easy-to-use app. So, kailangan nandun yung target market mo and then yung kung ano yung ipoprovide mo rin sa kanila, di ba? Kagaya ng sinabi ni Sir, what, why, how. Ayan.
Alright, so I guess that's the end of our presentation for this afternoon. I mean the Q&A presentation. Alright, so I guess we have to say goodbye na po sa ating mga facilitators for this afternoon. Thank you so much po and we're very honored to have you in this session. And we hope
Thank
po
you.
na magkita-kita po ulit tayo next week or next session po na meron po tayo dito. Thank you so much po and we have to say goodbye na.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Alright, so thank you so much po again kay Miss Rochelle and Sir Winston for this informative topic po. Lalo na po napaka-detailed ng pag-explain natin about digital marketing planning. And sana po may natutunan ng ating mga participants for this afternoon. Sa mga nagtatanong po no, kung meron pa po kaming mga sessions na, for ads, may nakita po kasi ako kanina sa comment section. Meron po kami tomorrow po ng Google Ads. So kung gusto niyo pong manood, pwede din po. And sa mga nagtatanong kung kailan po marireceive ang e-certificate, your certificate will be sent to your email address, yung ginamit niyo po sa feedback form and sa registration form po. And it will be sent around 7 working days, excluded ang Sabado at Linggo. Again, 7 working days, excluded ang Saturday and Sunday. And please, make sure po na nakapag-submit tayo ng feedback kasi hindi din po makaka-receive pag hindi po nakapag-submit ng feedback. Alright, so this MSME Caravan virtual training is about to end. Maraming salamat po sa pag-stay at sa pag-tune in po sa aming virtual training for this afternoon. And we hope to see you again next session. Thank you po and keep safe.